Good morning, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to join you this morning. We're talking about vibrant emotions for healthy and empowered living. And I think more than any other time before, this is a relevant topic for today. It's relevant because so many people are battling with emotions, given the lockdown, isolation, given the challenges that they are having in terms of their health, given many other challenges. Now is a time that we're looking at supporting healthy emotions. But in my work, and if I just give you a little bit about what I do and who I am, I will tell you a little bit later on about my work with athletes and my work in terms of counseling. And why I have seen over the last year how necessary a talk like this is. What are we going to do in today's class? We're going to teach you how to use essential oils and other natural solutions to create amazing emotional wellness. I'm going to show you how to start using them in your own home. And then I will invite you to work with us as a team. If you love what you're hearing, if you love what the support that the essential oils are going to be able to offer you, I'm going to invite you to join with us and tell you how you can do that. So my name is Melonie. Most of you know me. I'm a specialist wellness counselor. So I do counseling, but I'm also an optimal performance coach. And so I work with elite and professional athletes and sports people. So you can imagine that many of them don't want to be using addictive medicine or crutches, because ultimately as a high performance athlete, they have to be very careful about what they're taking into their body and ensuring that it is compliant from a drug perspective. So it was important for me to find natural solutions. In the picture, you will see my mom and my daughter in love with my firstborn beloved grandson and myself. And that picture was taken December 2019. And my beloved family down in the bottom. I got involved in natural things because I wanted to help my mom and support my mom, who had over decades taken prescription medication. And because of that, she had exposed herself to some real great challenges. Her kidney and her liver were struggling. And so it was a quest 2 years ago that I began in terms of finding a natural solution for my mom. During COVID, I also realized that people needed support emotionally. And I began to, when we couldn't meet in person, many of my clients wanted to meet online. They wanted to, whether it was via WhatsApp call, video call, or Zoom. And what I found is they needed a little extra support. Especially, we've been created as social beings. So being interconnected is very important to most of us. And so I started experimenting with essential oils to see how would they provide support for people, whether some of them were going through anxiety. One of my clients was going through panic attacks. Some of them were feeling depressed. And I wanted to give them the option of using natural essential oils. So I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to encourage you to put it into the chat bar. Why do healthy emotions matter to you? So just a few ideas. Why is it important for you to be healthy emotionally? For some of us who are married or in a relationship, that may be one aspect. What about our children? What does that mean for you? And so I'm going to just ask you, pop it in the chat bar. Let's get some of your responses. What does it mean to you? I first want to just share about 3 powerful things about essential oils. We're talking about doTERRA certified pure tested grade oils, okay? Oils, our essential oils, and I have some here. They're natural, they're safe, and they are effective. Not all essential oils are the same. So when we're talking today, particularly, I'm talking about doTERRA certified pure tested grade oils. Okay, so what are oils? Oils are naturally occurring compounds distilled from plants. So we all have maybe plucked a lavender from a bush, or we've picked a peppermint leaf from a peppermint tree, okay? This is so much more than that. These essential oils occur in the plants. Some, it comes from the bark or the root or the leaves or the flowers or the stems, and they provide incredible health benefits, but without the side effects of many modern prescription or medications that you can buy over the counter. Okay, it is important to note they are powerful compounds. Okay, so you can't just be taking willy-nilly and taking a whole lot of drops. They're potent and they're powerful. So use essential oils just like you would use medicine wisely. My encouragement is you can use essential oils wisely. Okay, this is important for you to note. You can keep sharing in the chat bar. It's about making relationships healthier. Thank you. Keeping a level head with my staff. That's an important, powerful tool. Leandi, I love that. Die ma van die huis is die dryfkrag. As sy emosioneel nie sterk is nie, val alles plat. And so for those, I'm going to roughly translate, it's about saying the mother is the driver in the home. And if she's not strong emotionally, literally everything else falls apart. And we know that. We know that for those of us who were blessed with strong mothers, we know how true that is. Mama Khali shares that she strives to leave everyone she crosses paths with feeling better in every or any aspect of their life. I love that. And for those, you're welcome to just continue sharing with us about how important it is in terms of emotional well-being. One oil can contain dozens or even hundreds of natural occurring constituents that allow it to provide many benefits. And if I just use lavender, lavender is one of my favorite. I just love the smell of lavender. Okay, so lavender, I can use lavender if a mosquito has bitten me, or if I've got an itchy, if I have a burn, if I have an allergy, I can use lavender on my skin topically. But I can also use lavender diffusing and aromatically to bring calm and serenity, to just Another amazing way I've found over this last year, some people, and we're talking about emotions now, but literally putting a drop either in a veggie capsule or in some water, in a cup of tea, having lavender internally and ingesting it is one way of bringing calm. So you can see here, we're using different aspects, one oil, and literally it has so many benefits. So we're talking emotions today. I want to talk about one that's absolutely beautiful. So if you've got these oils at home, I encourage you, take them out. And while I'm going through them, you can have a little smell. So the encouraging blend that doTERRA has put together, it is specially formulated. And this one is to encourage and, just like its name says, motivate. This has citrus, and I'm just going to, this is one of my favorites in this collection, but I mean, how can you choose just one favorite? This one is citrus and minty notes. So what it's going to do, you have different notes in essential oils. So what this one is going to do is this was going to lift up and do exactly what its name says. It's going to motivate and encourage you. So this particular oil literally can be used in so many different ways because it's got complex chemistry within it. So if you are feeling a little discouraged, this is a great oil. So you've got a number of ways that you can use it. Just like I've done, you can roll it on the palm of your hand, rub your hands together and breathe in deeply. Another way that you can do it very, very effectively, and I'm not going to do this because I'm going to do it with another oil just now, okay, but literally you can rub it on your pulse points near your palms, gently rub it on there and allow it to be absorbed into your skin. And guess what? Within 20 minutes, it's going to be pulsing through the cells of your body. So this is a great one. If you're feeling a little discouraged, you want to be uplifted, this one is going to go. It also does help detox your endocrine system. For those who are suffering a little bit from low mood or depression, it is one of those that is going to help you and lift it up. There's so much more, but because of time, we can't go into it, okay? But Motivate is just one of those amazing oils that is going to lift you up. Interestingly enough, essential oils are very cost effective. Now, I don't know about you, but when you start, if you just look at this bottle, it's not just a bottle. Each drop has the power to potentially bring about chemical changes in your body, working on a cellular level, and so much more. So if I just think about it, 2 drops on, because I like 2 drops, okay? But for some people, 1 drop is sufficient, okay? But when I begin to look at cost per drop, it actually works out that I'm saving rands and cents. And I am going to explain how that works a little bit later. But think about it. So some of us who on the call have had problems sleeping. Many years ago, my lifestyle was completely upside down and very wrong, okay? So I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. So what would happen is I would get to bed very late because I knew I wasn't going to be sleeping because my mind was going absolutely somersaulting. What I would do is I would take a sleeping tablet. When I start working out effectively the cost of the sleeping tablet compared to the cost of a drop of oil, no comparison. But not just the rands and cents cost. Think about the cost of when I take the sleeping tablet, it is doing certain things, okay? And if I'm doing it on an extended basis, there are contraindications. There are certain things that that sleeping tablet is doing to my body that actually is not benefiting my body. Now, on a short-term basis, especially depending on the client, okay, there are going to be times that I say, you need to get prescription medication and you need to help get that sleep very, very quickly. So I'm not against medicinal prescription medication. I'm not against things that are going to help and support. But for an extended period of time, I saw what happened in my own life. I got addicted to sleeping tablets. And at the end of the day, I could not sleep without taking that sleeping tablet. So rands and cents, now I'm saving money because I don't have to take sleeping tablets. And literally I can use drops of essential oils, but it's not just the drops. And I think that's important. If we're honest, many times we don't really want to change our lifestyle. We want to just carry on the way we're going, just take the tablet and then be knocked out to have a good sleep and wake up the next day. But effectively, what are we doing to our bodies? So think about it, not just the cost, okay? Think about the coffee. For some people, coffee. Some people, it's the adrenaline. There's a whole lot of things. What is it that it's costing you to enhance or to uplift your daily mood? Okay. Just a few drops of essential oil literally can save hundreds of rands. For me, hundreds of rands every month, and over a year, definitely thousands. So if we look at this encouraging blend, literally for people who may be battling, I don't buy perfume anymore. Why? Because I'm using an essential oil, which also acts as an upliftment. So trust me, I'm saving money, not just in not having to buy sleeping tablets, but also my perfume. It's a win-win situation. So let's look at the next one. You love this name, don't you? Cheer. Well, let's have a smell. Interestingly enough, the first time that I smelt these blends, I wasn't impressed. So don't be, and I was very disappointed, okay, because they weren't available in South Africa and I got them specially sent to me from Ireland. So you can imagine my disappointment when I opened them up and I didn't like the smell, okay? Don't be disappointed because guess what? Over a little period of time, when I went back to those oils, I absolutely love them now. Obviously, when I first got them, my body didn't need them. Now, well, my body could do with a little cheer now. So if you need to be uplifted, if you want to just be a little, well, I call this one too, a little bit of sunshine in a bottle. This is a beaut, okay? Again, it's got spices, but it's also got that citrus, which is going to uplift you. It's going to boost your energy. Your citrus oils are generally going to do that, boost energy and lift you up. And if you're feeling Okay, so I don't have the problem. I'm constantly optimistic and I look at things with a positive lens on. But if you or people that you know have a bit of a negative lens that they look through life, this is a great one to go for. The cheer blend. Listen, doTERRA stands out in a crowd. There is no real competition. And why do I say that? Because of something called purity and potency. This is critically important. Before doTERRA came into South Africa, I was using a South African product and I was enjoying it. But all I could use it for was add it to some cream and use it topically, but very carefully because of the sensitivity issue. And secondly, I could diffuse it in a diffuser in my home. Okay. But with doTERRA, I have, because of the guarantee of purity and potency, I can ingest oils, certain oils, I can use them topically, and I can use them aromatically. doTERRA has a CPTG, Certified Pure Tested Grade standard, that guarantees purity and potency for us. And I want to show you, if you look at, I need to just check that we can see this. Okay. At the bottom of every bottle, there is a number. You can see that number at the top, 20077AD. And if you go into doTERRA's not doTERRA website, it's actually a third-party website, source2you.com, and you put that number, I can take another bottle and it will have another number there. You can input this number and it will tell you exactly what tests were used, where the oil comes from, what it is on every single bottle. That is a third-party company that confirms that this has got no contaminants in, that the purity is absolutely rock solid. What does purity mean? Because we can get oils. I can go to the spa. I saw one the other day. I can get a 1999. I mean, hello, 1999 vanilla at the spa. Okay. And on the bottle, it says pure. Well, do you know that, and this is the reality across the world, it's not just in South Africa, but did you know that if an oil has 8% pure oil in it, it can be labeled pure? So it doesn't matter what the other 92% is, it can be contaminants, adulterants, fillers, all of the other stuff and rubbish. But as long as 8% is there, they can call it pure. That's crazy. Okay. So when you take a bottle of doTERRA essential oil, you know it's not 10%, 20%, it is 100% pure, completely unadulterated by synthetic agents or contaminated with chemicals. What does potent mean? Potency means that an oil has an ideal balance of chemical constituents because the plants it came from were grown and harvested in ways that produce optimal plant chemistry. And that's important. doTERRA don't go and buy farms and go and plant. We source lavender where it comes naturally and grows optimally in the world, Belarus and France. We source Lang Lang from Madagascar. We source vetiver from Haiti. It is sourced from where it's naturally grown. And what I love about it, and we don't have time to talk about it today, but doTERRA really do make a difference in the communities that they source from. And they believe in co-impact sourcing. They are working together, collaborating, and in partnership with the very communities where they source from. I want to talk about another one. So it's called the Renewing Blend. It's called Forgive. So this is a very interesting one. So one of the other things that I've studied is emotional aromatherapy. And when we were doing our emotional aromatherapy course, the instructor said to us, when someone comes into your counseling room for the first time, this is a blend that you need to give them. This is a blend that everybody needs. And so it was quite interesting for me experiencing this blend again, not one I enjoyed the first time, but this, I live on a farm And so I loved going for daily walks, and we've got trees around. This blend reminds me a little about my walk on the farm. So the encouragement is many times people who are battling, and now with my psychology background, I know that about 95% of sickness and disease actually comes from psychological, emotional roots. So many times it's not just about forgiving somebody else. Many times it's about forgiving myself, maybe for my actions, choices, behaviors, things that I've done. And sometimes I don't want to let it go. This particular blend helps that process on an emotional level. So it has this beautiful blend. And again, we just have to do one class for each of these blends because we can unpack these blends so much more. But there is a therapeutic benefit to these, and I've seen it with the clients that I've been able to help. So one of my clients really had a very challenging past. And so for 2 weeks, every single day, the prescription was apply this morning and evening under the soles of your feet, on your hands, and then breathe in slowly. Over a period of 2 weeks, I began to see a change where they began to be more accepting of themselves and letting go of the things of the past. So it's very interesting. I found it incredibly interesting. Can I explain it? No. But these essential oils are working on another level, connecting to the emotional self. Yes, there was also beginning to see physical changes. And because it was part of my practice, I created a portfolio of evidence. And it was amazing to see. I took photographs every single week after seeing this client. I took photographs of their face. I took photographs of their tongue. And just by using essential oils and by offering counseling once a week, change began to happen. Absolutely amazing. So this particular blend is also going to help you with circulation and critical thinking. Can you believe that all just from an essential oil? It's absolutely amazing. So I've already touched on different ways that we use essential oils. And I'm going to show you. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to touch on lavender, but literally I put 2 drops of the essential oil that you are wanting to use if it's not an arola. It's called the cupping method. Okay. Now for somebody I did this to, they came in and they had an appointment with me. Their daughter brought them because they felt they needed some help. And so I said, okay. They were so stressed. They literally were like a Duracell bunny. And I did a little test to see which oil did they need. And they needed balance and they did serenity. And I said, okay, I'm just going to give you 2 drops of each of these, put it on her hand, and began to breathe deeply. Within 5 minutes, she was almost falling asleep. Okay, so that's not one, if you're very sensitive, that's not one you should be doing just before you drive a car. Okay, do not take serenity and balance or lavender. But aromatic use is so powerful. You can also obviously do aromatic use using a diffuser, and that is a powerful way to get a better night's sleep. That is another discussion for another day. But if you're having trouble with sleep, get a diffuser, maximize aromatic use, and it really does support the airwaves. If your little one is battling, it's a beautiful way of using it. The aroma of an essential oil literally has an immediate effect on the body and the brain chemistry. It is so powerful. So how does it work? Think about the last time, I'm just loving the smell. Think about the last time you peeled an orange. Even as I'm saying that, the orange that I had was like a little tangy. So I'm already going, well, think about a lemon. How did you feel when you smelled that oil from the rind? Okay, can you taste it? That's the power, and you haven't even smelt it yet. Okay, but oils can be used aromatically by literally, like I've shown you, smelling from cupped hands, diffusing, or literally you can smell it right from the bottle. And this bottle is filled with volatile compounds. So that sounds like it's going to like explode, okay? But there are incredible compounds. So How does it work? Literally, the compounds go up your nasal passage. There are millions of neuroreceptors that are lying just underneath this bone, and they receive the molecules. It gets taken into the olfactory bulb, and from there directly goes into your limbic system. Your limbic system is the one that's deeply embedded in your brain, that is connected to your emotions. So literally, if you are stressed and you are feeling a little anxious, within 20 seconds of breathing this in, that's not going to go through your thought process or your logical cognitive thinking ability. It's going to go directly into your emotions and begin calming. Within 20 minutes, you're going to be far more relaxed, and you are literally going to be calmer and enjoy. The converse can happen if you are needing a little energy and you're feeling, remember that afternoon slump, you can go for something. We've been talking about something that lifts you, talking about citrus, maybe wild orange, maybe lemon, and literally the power of that is it can make a difference within seconds and minutes. I'm going to let maybe a few others share some of their experience in a little while about the power of that. The next one, console, is the comforting blend. There's a lot of people during these times that need to be comforted. There are a lot of people who are battling through the grieving process. And so this is a beautiful oil that may be used for those who are battling with grieving. This one, interestingly enough, also helps. This one's got some from the boswellia tree, so it's got some frankincense. It helps balance the hormones, grief, sorrow, despair. And remember, I spoke a little bit about the citrus notes. I spoke about the minty notes. This one is more floral. Okay, so it's almost like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing a bouquet of flowers when I smell this one. Great to be able to apply under the soles of your feet. So if you're really battling with grief, you're struggling emotionally, this is a great one under your feet before you zoot off in the mornings, or even before about a half an hour before you go to bed at night. And almost like have this blanket that comforts you and that protects you. Console blend, absolutely beautiful. There's another one. Don't you just love this name? I love the names of these oils. Peace. Now, this one is a very, very different one because it smells like fresh herbs and it also has floral undertones, okay? So if you're feeling a little fearful, this is one that you're going to grab. If you're wanting a little bit because of the herbs, remember herbs are going to help us focus generally. If you think when I'm involved in my study or I really need to apply my mind for the next half an hour or 90 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the rosemary. So those herby undertones are definitely going to help us focus. If there's social anxieties, social disorders, this is going to be another one that you're going to go for. And if you are needing relief in terms of worry, fear, irritability, insecurity, peace is definitely one you're going to go for. If there are things, and if as we get older, sometimes we tend to worry a little bit more because maybe we've got a lot more to worry about. Again, half an hour before you go to bed, try this peace blend and see if this doesn't offer you some support. Topical use. So remember, I spoke about applying here on our pulse points. This is incredible. Your skin is the largest organ in your body. And so oils are very powerful in that they can be quickly absorbed into your skin and distributed through the body. Because the molecular structure of the plant is the same as our bodies, this incredible molecule of essential oils can be quickly absorbed into our cells. So the body does not have to work hard for it to be absorbed. It is beautifully and naturally absorbed, very, very easy. Do remember, though, that oils, though they can be topically used, sometimes you can apply them neat, which means undiluted, and other times it's important for you to dilute them when you're working with an affected area. And again, please note There are certain oils that are considered hot oils. I'm thinking clove, I'm thinking oregano, I'm thinking cinnamon, that are very, very strong, and they need to be diluted. It's important to also note, always test for sensitivity. So if I was new to oils, what I would do is literally, I would apply a little bit of oil to my pulse point right there. Okay. And this is whatever oil that I'm needing, and depending on what I'm wanting to use the oil for, leave it for about 20 to 30 minutes. If there's no reaction, if there's no allergy, none whatsoever, then I know that my body is safe to use this oil. Do remember, you can't compare doTERRA oils to other oils, because some people have said to me, I'm allergic to lavender. Well, that may be true, but if you were using other lavender, your body may be allergic to the stuff that's in that not pure essential oil rather than the lavender itself. So I might be allergic to the contaminants, the adulterated stuff that they've put in those bottles. So always test for sensitivity first. Do a little test on yourself, wait 20 to 30 minutes and see how you go. But applying NEAT has great benefits. I've used them very successfully with third-degree burns, with chemo rash, with some of my friends. I've used them with infected areas. I know Michelle has a story where she is topically used on a dog bite with her sister. I know that there are amazing benefits from topical use. So do check out and find out exactly what are you needing it and how it can best be used. So what are the things that we might use an oil topically for? This inspiring blend. Okay, don't you just love the name? Passion. But it's not just what you think it's for, okay? If you want to be creative, you want to be inspired, you need a little joie de vivre, you need some passion in your life, go for this one. So yes, you can use it if you're wanting a romantic evening, okay? So yes, you can. And then you would apply it to your pulse points and possibly behind your ears as a perfume, and you can put it under your feet, okay? But it's not just for the bedroom. This one can be successfully used if you're wanting in the next hour. I really do want to be creative. I really want, I'm needing a little bit of burst and a zest. This one's got a lot of spice in it, some passion, and a little vanilla. So enjoy this one, and it's not all you think it's meant to be, okay? It certainly can add a little joie de vivre in an amazing space in your life. Internal use. Oh my golly gosh. Doesn't this one get people started? Do not just use any essential oil internally. Ensure that your oils are both pure and potent. We've spoken about that a lot today, okay? But again, I want to affirm to you that I love the fact that I can use my oils, doTERRA oils, internally. A true essential oil can be used internally and in moderation. And this is important. Think about it. I literally can go outside and pick a rosemary bush and I can eat that internally, okay? I can go and pick a lavender, and I've made lavender lemonade before, and lavender ice cream. I can take a peppermint leaf. If you think about it, why shouldn't I be able to use an essential oil internally? Unless I've put rubbish in and contaminants that I can't ingest and that are toxic for me. And that's a critical element. So yes, there are certain doTERRA oils that you wouldn't use internally. And just off the top of my head, I'm going to say wintergreen, which is really good for muscles, etc., but I'm not going to take that one internally. I'm not going to take deep blue. That's going to help me with pain, muscle spasms, etc., But there are a lot that I can really enjoy the great benefits of internally. How do I take it? Every day I have a daily wellness routine. I pop a couple of specific oils into a veggie capsule and I take it in. Or this is my other favorite way. I get to smell. I put wild orange and lemon in here. I love it. Firstly, the fragrance, okay? Wild orange, lemon. You can put smart and sassy. You can put tangerine, grapefruit. Grapefruit is my all-time favorite to add. So I make it almost like a little mixed fruit salad. I love drinking my water. And you know something? It's even safe enough for my little precious grandson. I pop a drop in his cup of water and he loves it far better than just cool drink. So for those who are getting excited about some of the products that are available in the States, you can get a supplement which is going to help you boost energy, reduce your inflammation, etc. Not currently available in South Africa, but we look forward to when it arrives on our shores. So today we've spoken a lot about natural solutions for happy and healthy emotions. Okay. So we've discovered a whole lot already. We've spoken about motivate. We've spoken about cheer. We've spoken about passion, forgive, console, and peace. Okay. But I wanted to say, maybe you don't have these emotional blends. Okay. But I want to share a couple of others that you might want to add to your chest. The calming blend. Okay. So the calming blend is adaptive. Now, for some of you, you love the florals. That's going to be your serenity. So I've got right here. These are my go-to, especially when dealing with some of my clients. So we've got two calming blends. The one is adaptive and the one is serenity. What's the difference? Well, both of them are going to help calm you, but the one has more minty undertones, which is the adaptive, and the other one has more floral undertones. So they do very similar things, but they're different. Why? Because you're different. You're unique. And maybe you don't like the floral notes, but you prefer the mint notes. So find which is your go-to one. Both of these blends are going to help calm anxiety, stress, and those feelings of being anxious. They're also going to help regulate emotional patterns. And this is why it's important. Anybody who knows, even received, got antidepressants, tranquilizers with a doctor, they're going to say, wait about 4 to 6 weeks for it to work into your system and for your body to get used to it. I want to say it's not going to take you that long, but understand that you can't just take a drop and go, oh, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to feel like the world has changed and I'm going to be ready to rock and rumble. We need to understand that this is going to start helping regulate your emotional space. Okay. And for me, it was 4 decades of almost abusing my body that got me to this point that I knew I needed to change. I use serenity and balance under my feet every morning and every night. Okay. I was biting my nails. I bit my nails, I think, for over 40 years. Okay. And I want to say to you, I can't tell you exactly what these oils are doing, but I'm not biting my nails anymore. So that has got to tell you something. And it's not something that I'm actively working at. It's just this transition that has changed. I also needed to work on my weight. And I don't know whether it is, but it's certainly helped me be in a better place and slowly start taking control back of my life. This, and I would say again, which one is your body drawn to? That probably is the most important thing. But Ideal worked very successfully for people suffering from anxiety and depression. I found very, very successful that it has been helping our people. The next one, right. What I'd like to do is I would like to invite people to be able to share. And so we're going to open those up. So I'm going to give you just a few minutes, just warning to say, if you'd like to share with us, you're most welcome. I wanted to touch on balance and serenity. So from an emotional space, this is very, very important. Remember, I've not been able to really share fully about all the emotional benefits. And possibly next time we can go into further detail. But if we begin to understand the power that these essential oils have, not just on a physical level, but also on an emotional level. So one of my go-to every day, Darlene did an amazing talk on Copaiba a number of months ago. Copaiba works on your endocannabinoid system. Okay, but if I just take Copaiba, okay, This really, on an emotional level, if somebody's going for counseling or struggling emotionally, this particular oil helps people to connect to their past. Okay. So if they're people who are battling with guilt, this is one that you're going to go for. If you are suffering from an emotional challenge, and I want to talk about Siberian fir for a minute, because this is a relatively a new oil that I've experienced. Okay, so Siberian oil. Now, gosh, this is a good oil. Okay, but now we're just talking from an emotional space. It addresses generational healing from the perspective of the mature. So the older people, this one's for you, okay? So as we're transitioning into a new season of our lives, okay, I'm transitioning. I'm still a child because my parents are still alive, but now I have children who are having children. I'm transitioning through a period of my life. And this particular oil, I just want you to just stop for a moment, because if I had time to talk on every single oil, there are things that we can unpack on every single oil in an emotional space. So this particular one offers comfort and support during periods of grief, regret, longing. And also, some of us have got quite a lot of mixed experiences from our past. Siberian fir adds, it helps support healing and reconciliation in some of those emotional places. So how would you use the emotional blends? Okay, so all of them, you're talking also copaiba, talking Siberian fir, geranium, these. What you would do is literally, okay, so I'm going to do it for you. You take 2 drops of Siberian fir, and what I would do is just put it on my hand and put it over your heart. Apply it to your heart. You can diffuse and breathe it in. As I'm applying it to my heart, I can also apply it to my wrist. So I've got some now on my hand. Okay, so I'm going to apply it to my wrist, and then I can breathe it in. Oh, Siberian fir, it feels like I'm walking in the forest. You can see I like walking in the trees. Another thing that I can do with this one, I can put 1 or 2 drops under my tongue. Okay, so I do know, okay, that I'm fine with water, without putting it in water, but you can put it in water if you like. Guys, that's just one of the oils. I'm going to take 1 more and then our time is up, okay? So many people, because of where they've been in their lives, have a problem with feeling abandoned, with feeling lost. They battle to trust, okay? They battle to forgive the people that have let them down. They may be grieving. They need healing in their lives. Maybe they've been traumatized, okay? Maybe they need love. Do you know which oil you would go for? I'm getting it. I'm getting it. This one, geranium. Oh my golly gosh. This is absolutely the oil that you're going to go for. Do you know what geranium does? Geranium restores confidence in the innate goodness of others and in the world. This oil facilitates trust, especially when people have lost trust in others, and especially sometimes maybe loved ones, family have disappointed us. It assists in re-establishing a strong bond to one's mother and father. It's interesting. And where there's been a loss of trust in relationships, particularly, geranium encourages emotional honesty, love, and forgiveness. It's a gentle oil. So this one is perfect for my mama, for older people, and also for babies, for children. So how would you use geranium? You would be able to breathe it in just like I've done. You can pop, remember geranium is, I know it's gentle, but it's also quite strong. So again, see where you're at. If you need to diffuse it, put 1 drop in. If it's not strong enough, then you add a drop. Don't start with a whole lot of drops. Geranium is also a beautiful one to apply to your heart. You can put 1 or 2 drops under your tongue. if you're really battling emotionally and you've got major trust or heart issues, 1 to 2 drops under your tongue. You can put this one in a capsule or in water. Okay, we've touched the surface today, guys, on emotional things. If you want the quick answer, you're stressed, grab the lavender. If you need to be calmed, the adaptive or the serenity. If you need to be lifted up, you know what? You're going to go for the wild orange. You're going to go for the lemon. Essential oils have changed the way I live and the way I do business. I do life. Now, I want to say to you, I love it now that I'm no longer reliant solely on medicine. There's a place for it. Absolutely. There's a place for our professionals and our psychologists, psychiatrists, and doctors. But equally, there's a place for natural solutions which help me live a high level wellness and take me to a better place of well-being and peace. I hope this has been valuable for you. Please remember, I've not touched the surface. There's so much more to learn. I'm learning every single day. So what is the best way to get these oils into your home, into your life like mine? Okay. So remember what we said in the beginning. So why is emotional health and well-being important to you? Think about that. For me, it is about relationships. If it is about setting and being the anchor in my home and helping, what is it for you? So we have amazing kits. This is not, these are part of these are the frankincense, incredible, working on your cellular level. We have a family essentials kit, which has the 10 most popular oils in, okay? Lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, frankincense, breathe, zengest, on guard, and deep blue. You get an incredible essential oils book, and that is the fee right there. The one that I signed up with is called the Home Essentials Kit. The kit before this is 5 ml, so you can see the difference in the bottles, the 5 ml bottle and the 15 ml bottle. This kit, the Home Essentials Kit, has everything that you need to start off with your journey, okay? And you can use these very successfully in your home, whether it's for the burns, for a better night's sleep, or to begin your journey towards a high-level wellness. All of them are included, 15 ml, and you get a free diffuser, which for me is like, that's a no-brainer. It's going to lift you up during the day, and it's going to help you for a really better quality night's sleep. Please do remember to go back to the person that invited you to this class and let them help you become part of our team. It's not just you can buy oils from anywhere, okay? You can, but when you become part of our team, you join, it's like a support group, really. And we're here to support, learn together, educate. And if you've got a question, literally, we are a WhatsApp away. I love free is better than cheap, right? I love free. And because I am part of doTERRA's loyalty rewards program, I get a free oil every single month with my order. I simply love that. We can tell you more when we share about the oils with you. But if you want to know more, go back to the person that invited you to this class. So what we're doing right now, we do have a sleep program that we're offering at the moment for the month of May, where we're encouraging, because a lot of people, remember, when we get the good night's sleep, it already sets our emotions on a firm foundation. So if you want to know more, again, chat to the person who brought you here. You can enjoy our amazing oils at cost price, and you get a consultation with me as part of that, with a sleep protocol, with a free ebook, and more. Okay, so if you want to know more, contact us. Want to say thank you very, very much for joining us today. It's been an absolute privilege and an honor to share with you. If you've got any questions, do contact us, and it will be our absolute pleasure to be of assistance to you. Thank you very, very much.